Hello everyone. I just want to make sure that I have things up. If you are on, say hello or give me a thumbs up. I'm not showing up on my computer yet, so there we go. Now I am. So I'm Tina Rappy and welcome to my Stampin' Studio. Today is December 8th, Wednesday night, and tonight's video or Facebook Live is a continuation of last week's. And so last week I shared two fun fold cards using the Christmas season stamp sets, and these are fun folds because of the way that they are. And then this one had a belly band on it. If you missed this one, just look down on, whoop, that's upside down. Just look on the Facebook page or check out my YouTube video, and you can get all the details, or you can hop on over to stampinstudio.com. That's my blog. I've got all the supplies needed, as well as the measurements and everything, and the video there. So just a couple of things to let you know about today, Wednesday, December 8th. Stampin' Up! Is offering free shipping on everything as long as the order is $50 or more. And so right now it's 7 o'clock here Central Time. The sale goes until 11:59 Mountain Time today. All right, so that will save you 10% on absolutely everything. You can buy things on the clearance rack, you can buy things on the retiring list, you can buy things out of any of the catalogs and get a savings of 10%. Okay, so let's go ahead. I am going to flip the camera down so we can start stamping. So let me just cut it up here. Move things down and around. So bear with me while I get this going here. Right. Okay, so let's get things squared up here so we can see well. Hello, Glenda. All right, so I know that people are on. Okay, so this is one of the cards that we're doing tonight. And this is a pop-up card. Pops up like that. Okay. And then the other one is this card. This is a tower card. So it goes like this, and then when it's in the envelope, it's flat like this. And then it just keeps opening up. This has a little bookmark tag. This is where you would write your, your greeting that you want. And then this is a spot for a gift card. All right, so we'll be doing that second. But let's go ahead and start out with this card here. And so what I've got here is a piece of, let me get all the parts here. Okay, it is a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. Okay, it measures 5.5 by 8.5. It's scored at 4 1/4. And then a piece of the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper that had this on it. And what I did is I put it on the stamp, cut, and emboss machine, and I put this piece of paper on it, and then I used one of the dies from the Seasonal Labels dies. This coordinates with the Christmas season stamp set, and you can purchase it together as a bundle. All right, so I used this one. I put it on both of these layers, and I ran it through the die cutting machine. So then what happens is these pieces come out. Set these aside. You can use them for another project. Okay, so now we have this, and I want to secure this on. So let me grab my glue. All right, let's get this around here and around that little window. Okay. And we're going to line that right up there. Okay, so there is the front of our card. Next, we're going to work on the inside here. So I have a piece of basic white, and what I'm going to do here, let's see, where did I put it? I've got from the Holly Jolly Wishes stamp set. This is one that's retiring, and we are going to use Fa La 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 and Cherry Cobbler ink. Okay, let's make sure you guys can see. I'm going to just stamp this off on my scratch paper here just to make sure that it's stamped straight. It does, but I also don't want it to pick up any of that. Okay, so this is going to go right here on the basic white. Okay, and then I'm going to use this image from Christmas season and the soft succulent ink. And we're going to stamp one there and one down here. And then just to make it a little more festive, we're going to use this little piece. And we're just going to sprinkle some berries here and there on it. Yes, when you are stamping Fa La 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 La, you must sing it. I mean, just saying that is no fun. Fa La 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 La. No, forget it. Okay, there's the stamping there. So now we're going to attach this on the inside. So we're just getting ready for the pop-up part. Got to do the preliminary work and get that out of the way. All right, then I have a piece of Cherry Cobbler, and this measures 2 1/4 by 4 inches, and then I scored it at 1 inch, 2 inches, and 3 inches. And so it makes a little tube like this that doesn't close up. What I want to do is I want to put adhesive on both of these parts on the outside. Okay, so like that. And one is going to go, I want this edge to be right on that score line. Okay, like that. And I want to center it on this window. Okay, so I think I need to scooch it a little bit more. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then this one, I'm just going to close that up and close this. Okay, so now we have a little box. And if we look at this, there's our little box right in there. Okay. Oh, I forgot there's a piece in here that I need. I forgot to cut that. So you look at Fa La 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 while I grab a little piece of Cherry Cobbler. Okay. Let me cut this. So we're going to cut, and I just have to measure this to make sure. So it's 3/4 of an inch wide and 2 inches long. So let's get this. You know, you plan, you plan, you plan, you get everything all set and ready, and inevitably something gets forgotten. Okay, 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches, and then we're going to score it at 1 inch. Okay, so scoring it right down the middle. And I'm going to fold this. And then what I want to do, I took a piece of Evening Evergreen and I used the same die that I used here and cut this out. So now this fits perfectly in there. Okay? And what I want to do, I'll just show you here. Okay? So here's our box piece. Here's our tab right here. So we've got it here, and then it's going to stick up. So I want to put adhesive on one side of this and center it here in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to close this up. I'm going to put adhesive here. So actually, let's do it. Let's do it this way. Am I thinking wrong? What am I doing? Oh, hang on. I know what it was. Goodness. We need to scooch this down some, that's why. So I don't want it right up there and flush. I want it to come down some, like that. Okay, there. Okay, so now when we close this, this is going to go, whoops, can you see it? When we close this, this is going to go here. So now I need the adhesive on here. And that fits right in that little window. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And then I have a piece of basic white. And for this one, I'm using the smallest of these little labels and cut that out. And now we're going to do a little bit of stamping here. So this time we're using 'Tis the Season to be Jolly. And that is also from the Holly Jolly Wishes. So I'm going to stamp it here to make sure it's nice and straight. It's not super straight. Let's try it one more time. Yep, this is one that I'm going to have to bring this down a little. Yep, that makes it straight. Okay, got that figured out. So tip that down just a little, stamp that on. Okay, so we have our words, and then we want to add a few more of the leaves. Okay, just like we used on the inside. So right there. And right there. Okay. This is going to go on here, but then I've got about a 3-inch piece of ribbon. This is the Cherry Cobbler and Gold ribbon. I'm folding it in half, and then I just snipped the edges, and this is going to get tucked right under here. So I want to go ahead and do that right now before I do anything else. So put a glue dot on here on both sides. Okay, and I'm gonna attach it under here, and now this can get attached here flat on. We don't need any dimensionals for this at all. And just center it here. All right, so there's the outside of it. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Oh, did I glue something down here? What did I do? Yep, I got a little glue under here. Hang on. Oh, some oozed out. We're gonna have to get my adhesive remover out, but let me just open it this way. There we go. All right, so now let me open it regular. There we are. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. This is where it just stuck. So I'm gonna grab my adhesive remover and get that little blob off of there. There we go, like it never even happened. So there is the first pop-up card. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the tower card. So again, this is what it looks like. So we're going to start out with a piece of designer paper, and it's just going to be this part right here. Okay, it's going to be the tower. So it measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then I have scored it at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches. Actually, I want to fold it in this way. So we have a little edge right here. So who took advantage of the free shipping today? Did you guys do that? I had to place some orders for some customers that called. I've had some others call and or that went ahead and placed it on their own. So 10% savings. Free shipping is a pretty big deal. Okay, so I've got a little bit of adhesive on that 1/4 inch edge, and then I'm just closing this down. Okay, so now we have that square little tower that we have right here. Okay, then I have 4 pieces of the evening evergreen, and these measure 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And what we're going to do here, on each of these panel parts, we're going to attach one of these. So I'm going to lay it flat and put the adhesive on. So it's just on this one side of this tower piece, okay? Just like that. And then I'm going to do the next one here. So this one is going to go here, okay? Line it right up. So we don't want to go here. We want to do overlapping. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have one here and here. Then we're going to take and turn this. Now we have another panel here. Let's go ahead and get that one. All right. And again, we don't want to do it here. We want to do it this way so that we're overlapping the piece that we just got done putting on there. Okay, so we have 3 of them on. We're going to open it one more time, and we've got one last panel. And we want to attach it there on the left side. Okay, so our tower is built. Okay, does that make sense? Now what we're going to do is we're going to decorate each part of it. So as I said, when this is in the envelope, this is how it would lay flat. So on each of these flats, let's call them, we have a designer paper, a main focus, and then you're seeing what's on the next panel. Okay, if I open it up again, designer paper, the feature part, and what's on the next panel. Okay, and so on. So what we're going to do, I have 4 pieces of this designer paper, and each one of these will fit on the small part of the panel. So it'll go here. All right. So I got my pre-order. As a demonstrator, we were able to start ordering from the January-June occasions catalog starting on December 1st. And I got a great big box of stuff. And so next Wednesday, I am going to show you all the goodies I got. I got the catalogs too, but I have to get those all addressed and mailed out and everything. But I want to show you guys because I think it's so much better. Well, obviously it's best to see it in person, but seeing it three-dimensionally is way better than in the catalog. Do you have the size of these DSP pieces? Yes, they are 4 inches by 1, let me see, I wrote it down here. Well, my ruler's here, let's measure it. 1.5. 1.5 by 4 inches, and there's 4 of those. And again, all these measurements will end up being on my blog. Something weird is going on with my blog though. Let's see, today is Wednesday. Monday night, I did a blog post and scheduled it to post yesterday morning, which it did post on my blog, but then it's automatically supposed to be emailed out to everyone who has subscribed to my blog to get the updates and everything. And it did not go out until it was about 5 o'clock tonight. So like 36 hours late it went out. So I will plan on having this video and all the measurements and everything on my blog on Friday. But if you are subscribed and you don't get it in your email, then pop over to mystampinstudio.com and you should be able to see it there. Okay, so now we have all 4 of those left side panels done. Now we're going to start working on the main part of it. And so let's get the right pieces here. All right. So I have a piece of basic white, and this measures 2.5 by 4 inches. This is what we're going to stamp on, and we are going to stamp Merry Christmas to You. That is also from Holly Jolly Wishes stamp set. Okay. All right, we've got that stamped down, and then we're gonna stamp, let's see, we need Evening Evergreen. And so there is one of the images that have 2 pine needle boughs together and one by itself. We're gonna use both of those. So Evening Evergreen, stamp that down, okay, and then the single one, stamp that down, and then I have a scrap piece of basic white, and on this I'm going to stamp the holly leaves. There are 2 together. And then these little berries. Okay. And then there are dies for this as well. So the holly berries, or the holly leaves, go like this, and it will cut them out separately. And then the little berries, it's 4 together. So we'll get that cut out. And I have actually already done that, so let me bring those over here. Okay, so we have our leaves, and then those 4 little berries, I'll just show you here. It cuts them all out, and then these are connected right here, so I just took and snipped them off because I only need 3 of them. Okay, let's move this out of the way for a minute. And on here, we're going to go ahead and use a couple dimensionals. Turn that a little. And then, I don't think I have any of the little ones over here, so I'm just going to take and cut from here. All right, so we've got dimensionals on the holly berries, and we have that. So now we can attach that first one on here. Oh my gosh, I'm standing here and right next to me up in the ceiling is the heating vent, and it is blowing like crazy right now. I'm sweating buckets, you guys. Oh, okay, so there's the first part. Then we're going to open it up and come to the second part here. All right, this is what we're going to decorate now. And so I have two pieces of this designer paper. One is needed for this pocket, and this measures 3 by 3. Yep, 3 by 3. And on 3 sides of this, I scored it at 1/4 of an inch, leaving it not scored right up here. So I'm going to fold it on these score lines. And then what I'm going to do to eliminate bulk is I'm going to trim off right at the corner. Okay, so where my score lines are, trim it right off. So now it kind of looks like a jeans pocket or something. But I'm going to use the 1.5 inch circle punch. And the side that we did not score, I am going to punch that out. Okay, now with these folded nice and crisp, we're going to attach that with our adhesive. Have you guys started listening to Christmas music yet? I did today as I was working on stuff down here before I came on with you guys. Started listening to Christmas music. Having that little bit of snow that we had is definitely starting to make me feel Christmassy. Okay, so we have our little pocket. Now, let me set that aside, and we're going to work on the little tag. So I have a piece of, let's see, is that the right one? Oh, must be. Piece of basic white, and I used the tailor-made tags. I used this one here, the largest one that has the rounded edge. And we're going to do 'Tis the Season again. All right, and that was one that needed to come down. Yep. Okay. 'Tis the Season, and that's going to go near the bottom here. Right there. Oh shoot, I've got little shadows on it. Well, let me grab my eraser. That's because I'm so darn hot. This little eraser, oh, I'm just making a mess of it now. Well, I will fix this later, but I won't make you guys wait for that. I'm going to go ahead and continue this stamping here. So now I'm going to go back to the same leaves that we used on the previous one, and the Evening Evergreen, and we're going to stamp one there. and one there. And then I have a piece of crumb cake, and we're gonna go to our little pine cones and early espresso ink. So we're going to use the image that's a little more detailed and stamp that down. And then we're using the other small pine cone that's more of a filler inner, stamping it off once and then putting it right back on there. So that way we have a shaded pine cone. All right. And again, if we go back to the seasonal label dies, there is a die that will cut that out. So let's get that taken care of. Okay, there is our pine cone. So this can get glued down. Yes, Christmas music while decorating the tree. Yes, for sure, for sure. Yeah, we did have Christmas music on the day after Thanksgiving too, because that's when we actually celebrated Thanksgiving with our kids, because they can't be here for Thanksgiving. This is the year, I mean, they were here for Thanksgiving, can't be here for Christmas, because we alternate back and forth. So their in-laws get them for Christmas this year. So we had to do Thanksgiving one day and Christmas the following day. All right, and then I have about a 5-inch piece of the same cherry cobbler and gold ribbon. I just stuck it through that little hole. And then tying it in a knot. Okay, and pulling it through the hole, the ends get a little bit frayed, so we're gonna clean those up. And then this goes, let's see, this is the one that we're working on. That goes in there. And like I said, I will fix the tag on that one. But there we are, so we have one panel, 2 panels done. On to the third one. A piece of cherry cobbler cardstock, which is a little too big. Let me trim this. So this measures 2.5 by 4 inches. And then a piece of basic white that measures 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I had it here. Let me get a piece of white. I have the garbage sitting right next to me, so it actually probably fell in the trash. Okay, so what did I say? 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. All right. Yep, that fits. Okay, back to our pine needles again. And we're going to do just the single one here this time. And we're stamping it once, moving it just a little bit, and stamping it again for a lighter shade. Stamping it once, stamping it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Okay, this is gonna go on here. This is where you would write your sentiment and your wishes to them, to whomever you're giving this card to. Okay, there is panel number 3. All right, last one right here. And so this is going to be another one of those pockets. So again, it measures 3 by 3, and then it is scored on 3 sides at 1/4 inch, leaving one side unpunched, or unscored rather. That's the side that we're going to punch. Trimming off our corners and get our 1.5 inch punch in here. All right. Have our adhesive on that, and this is getting stuck down on our very last panel. And then I did not have a gift card, but just to show you, this is where a gift card would go then. All right, so there we have our 3 different ones, and that is a tower card. So we've got the tower card, and we have, get it over here, the pop-up card. And these coordinate, let's get this way. They coordinate with the ones that we did last week, which was this one, and this one with the belly band that opens up. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember the Holly Jolly Wishes stamp set? That's the one with all of those sentiments. This is one that will not be returning. It's on the last chance list. And then the Christmas Seasons stamp set, the seasonal label dies that coordinate with it. These will be carrying over, but they will not be at bundle price. So if you don't have these yet and you really like them, I suggest you get them at the bundle price because you're going to save money. This designer paper, the Painted Seasons designer paper, is one that is going away for now, but it will be back in the annual catalog next year. Annual catalog or the Christmas catalog next year. I can't remember which one. But anyway, take a look through things, see if there's any product that you want to take advantage of the free shipping, because again, that only goes until 11:59 today, and that is Mountain Time. If you do place an order, I would love it if you would use my new host code there. Using the host code is what allows me to get some extra products that I then use as giveaways. So anybody who posts on my Facebook here, whether it be live or in replay, if you post that I will be joining you next week when you show us the sneak peeks from the next mini catalog, post something like that, and everybody that does, I will put your names into a drawing for a free product, a free package of embellishments. So I hope you guys liked these. Thank you very much, Glenda. And I want to thank you for taking a little time out of your day to spend with me in my stamping studio. And so until we meet again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, enjoy life, stamp something, and eat chocolate. Bye-bye.